A nice typical American dinner.
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. When the road looks rough ahead.
What's going on, guys? Turkehy, I'm back with a brand new video. Now today we have CPC week 4 against Techno, coach of the Carolina Pantherians. Now you should already know my draft plan right now, and his draft should appear on your screen right about now. Now, he brought Tapu Bulu, which is Z eligible. He did bring Tapu Bulu, but he has Tapu Bulu, which is Z eligible. Heatran, Crobat, Vaporeon, Gliscor, Alakazam, Conkeldurr, Ampharos, Spiritomb, and Avalugg. So obviously his team is very threatening. Some of the bigger threats are actually Heatran. Like if he was Shuka-Tran, like offensive Shuka, kind of put in a lot of work against the team I brought. And also Conkeldurr. Conkeldurr just destroys pretty much any team. So like something like a sub Conkeldurr maybe. Choice Band would do like a ton since Thundurus isn't a switch-in, and Reuniclus is a switch-in if he clicks knockoff, which is pretty spammable against my team actually. Ampharos can be threatening if he's agility. Bulu I have a good switch-in to, being Registeel, as I am Colberberry. Let me go over my team actually. I'm Fake Out, no normal stab except for Fake Out, High Jump Kick, Power Punch, Ice Punch, Lopunny. I did have normal stab, but I just really was fearing Gliscor, and I wanted to put Power Punch on there. I have Max Defense, Max HP, Registeel with Choppleberry. This is to switch into Bulu. Bulu pretty much all the time. If he goes for superpower, then I eat my Chopple, and then like if he goes for superpower predicting my switch, I eat my Chopple, then he's -1 attack, so he cannot kill me. I'm actually Choice Scarf, Zygarde 10%. Now this is just to revenge everything like Crobat, his fast mons like Crobat and Alakazam. Now I am expecting, in a lot of my mocks, I was seeing Scarf Alakazam, like dual Scarfers, so like Scarf Alakazam, Scarf Heatran, maybe Scarf Bulu. So I was expecting that, but I also packed E-Speed on that thing. So I have Spadef, well mainly Spadef. I have a couple of EVs in Defense, Serena. This is my Ampharos switch, and doesn't take a lot from Signal Beam, and it could also, it has Play Rough, so I could hit it back if it's set up or anything like that. I have Trick Room, 3 attacks, Reuniclus with HP Ice, because really, I didn't really need anything else. I could have Energy Ball for Vaporeon, but I pretty much set up all over Vaporeon, so that wasn't really a threat. Psychic, Focus Blast just for the Heatran, because that's his only Psychic resist, I believe. Oh, and Spiritomb, but I wasn't really fearing Spiritomb too much. And last, I have Z-Move, 4 attacks, Thundurus with Z, Electrium Z. So this is pretty much there to like switch into a Conkeldurr. Like if I know he's going for fighting move, I switch this in, and he more than likely stays in, thinking he could eat a Higgles for Ice Punch and just kill me. But I Z, Gigavolt, Havoc, Thunderbolt will most likely kill. It does like 70% max to an Assault Vest variant, which then I could go into Lopunny or Zygarde and kill that thing. So let's just hop on into this. I decided to lead with Serena because it could pretty much U-turn and scout what he wants to lead off with versus anything. Like nothing really threatens me on his team. Maybe Gliscor threatens me if he has like acrobatics or something, like SD acrobatics, but again, I just U-turn on literally anything. Play Rough, Conkeldurr, stuff like that into the appropriate switching. So I just lead Serena, as he does lead Gliscor. Now I could just U-turn here and get some momentum, but I get frozen. Now this freeze was kind of big, as I can't really, like, I don't know how long like the average time to get frozen is, or what the statistics are of getting thawed, but my Serena is pretty much useless now. There goes my Ampharos switch in. If he's offensive, Dragon Pulse kills me. There goes my Ampharos switch in. And yeah, now I really can't get momentum, which sucks really bad. So, you know, it's Pokemon, it's the game we play. I'm not salty about it, it just kind of sucks. He reveals acrobatics, so he's Ice Fang, acrobatics, probably Roost, and what I would assume would be like Stealth Rocks or Defog, since he doesn't have a Stealth Rocker on his team. So I switch hard into this, as like I could eat Ice Fang, because I calculated damage, he wasn't really that offensive, I think. And I go for HP Ice. Now, I could have U-turned here, but I really didn't want to reveal that I wasn't Scarf, so I just pretty much sack Serena as this. It's useless at this point. If he has rocks on anything, I really can't spin it. I can't spin on this, and he would have set up rocks by now. So I don't really think this is rocks. So he's most likely taunt. So I just sack my Serena here. No point of keeping it. It's just pretty useless at this point. So I think I go on Thunderous here, yeah, and then I just click HP Ice. Now he makes a good play into Avalog, which was kind of expected because I wasn't clicking Thunderbolt there at all. That would be, if he stayed in, that would be a huge misplay. And this pretty much just gives me free rocks, but he doubles out into Ampharos. Now I really don't have a switch into this because he could be Dragon Stab, so Zygarde wouldn't be a great switch in. Plus Zygarde doesn't kill from here, so that's not a great switch in. So I just decide to stay in. I could eat up any hit from this thing. Just go for my rocks, because rocks are really important this game, as it weakens pretty much anything into like range of Lopunny, into Reuniclus range, etc., etc. Now I hard switch onto Thundurus. He makes a really good read and goes for Ice Fang. Again, it does not 2-kill me from that range, and I can just click HP Ice here. Since he Mega Evolved with Ampharos, it's gonna do a decent chunk here. If he's not rested, I actually can, next time it comes in, I could HP Ice. But he reveals Rest here, I believe. Yep, he goes for Rest. I go hard into my Registeel, thinking it's pretty much my only switch into this thing, and I just click Earthquake here to get some damage off. And I think I go hard Thunderous. I don't really agree with this play here that I make, because he actually Sleep Talks a Volt Switch, which kills me from here. I misplayed my Thunderous pretty bad right there, but you know, we're down 4-6, it's not looking quite hot, but luckily I'm a Reuniclus. He goes for Taunt, so he reveals his last move being Taunt. Can't go for Trick Room there, but he stays in. He doesn't predict me to be HP Ice, and HP Ice, he reveals Yache Berry, so I kind of expected that because he wasn't Toxic Orb. Now, I don't necessarily know why I switched out into Registeel. Maybe I was actually predicting something else to switch in, but he actually just goes for Roost here, as I think I could have killed with HP Ice even after the Roost, but I go for Iron Hit here. And after this play, I actually go Lopunny, knowing I could take any hit, considering he's defensive Gliscor. I could take any hit. I go into Lopunny. I'm not Mega Evolved yet, so Acrobatics, sorry, wouldn't do too much to me. So I also have Ice Punch, so after I pop the Yache Berry, I could go for Ice Punch to kill. But he actually goes on to Avalog, which is, I look like a god at this point, but I didn't really expect this. And now I could just start going for power-up punches. He actually goes for Rapid Spin. Now here, I think he made kind of a misplay by going for Rapid Spin. He should have just went for damage, but I could just click more power-up punches here, get my boosts. He actually is Rocky Helmet Conkeldurr, which is really bad for me. Well, it's good prep on his part, and he goes for Mach Punch. It's good prep weakening my Lopunny, as that was pretty much his only Lopunny switch if I was Ice Punch, which I am. Now he goes on to this thing, kind of confirming his Scarf because he dies to +2 Ice Punch. But he could go for Superpower there, so if he didn't go for Superpower, so that kind of reveals that he doesn't really have Superpower, so Registeel is like a hard wall to this thing. Maybe he thought I'd bring Zard to counter, so he brought like a Stone Edge or something, but I decided to get up my rocks back. You know, Zard is always the back threat, man. Zard is a fucking god. But he goes for Volt Switch there. I think I go for EQ, making the obvious play there. But wait, hold. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I'm back, and I don't know, I believe this is the turn I left off at. I actually went for Stealth Rocks on his on his Ampharos as he goes for Volt Switch here. I think I go for EQ. I don't know where I left off, but I'm just going to continue from here. So I go for EQ, making the safe play. Didn't really want to predict too much. And I don't know why I switched on to this thing. He could have went Gliscor here, but I just go for Iron Head as he goes right back out into Ampharos. You know, I just go for Iron Head, get some damage off, and I think I go hard Zygarde here, predicting his Volt Switch. Now, he actually reveals Thunderbolt, so he's no Dragon Stab Ampharos, which is actually perfect for me. Zygarde is a free switch in literally every time to this thing, and I could just get some damage off. As long as I get rid of this thing and actually Avalugg, Zygarde can put in a ton of work. Because Bulu's going to get weakened later on in the game. So I get a crit. Kind of sucks, but he just goes for Roost there. He taunts. Here was a 50-50. I could have went for Trick Room. If I went for Trick Room and he attacked, I would have been at a really good position to sweep or get some really good hits off. But I actually predict him to go for Taunt because Taunt was the only play he had to make to save, not losing, but like losing a ton of Mon. So I just go for HP Ice here, kind of predicting him. I don't know. I think HPS was the better play on my part. He goes into this thing now. Choice Scarf Woodhammer does kill me from this range, so I have to switch on to Registeel. I really like Grassy Terrain giving me the recovery here, as I could actually switch into this thing multiple times now after 2 rounds of Grassy Terrain recovery. And I go for EQ here, forgetting that Grassy Terrain is up, so it does literally nothing. So that prediction didn't really do anything for me, but I'm a god anyway, so I just make it anyways. But anyways, he goes into this thing as I double out into Zygarde, which was a good play, but I'm actually Scarf. At this point, I didn't really know if he was Scarf or not. He takes Stealth Rock damage, so he's not Magic Guard, so he's not Life Orb, so I didn't know what item his was. Kind of thought he was Scarf, but he switched out. I think he feared Bandit, Adamant, E-Speed, which makes sense, but goes into Zygarde, or goes into Tapu Bulu. Tapu Bulu is getting worn down or whittled turn by turn as Grassy Terrain actually runs out here. So Woodhammer does not kill me anymore. So I could just go for EQ here, knowing he's going to switch out. And hopefully I could get the roll last time, 32, but I don't. And Ampharos lives on 1 HP, which sucks really bad. I go for EQ again. Maybe I should go into Zygarde, but whatever. I just go for Iron Head actually, because I thought he would switch out into Bulu. Never mind. But it's free switch into my Zygarde literally every time this thing comes out. If he had Dragon Pulse, this game would be a lot different. I think this game would have ended up in his favor if he had Dragon Pulse, but you know, hindsight's 20/20. But he can't touch me, so I just can spam 1,000 arrows here. It kills Bulu upon switching after rocks, and I mean, he still has Avalugg, so the fact that he didn't switch on to Avalugg on this thing kind of means he doesn't have Ice Shard, since even if he Spadef after rocks, he takes 1. Actually, well, he could have calced the damage knowing I wasn't banded, so yeah, he could have taken 1 and go for Ice Shard there, but it was kind of a free switch into my Reuniclus or my Registeel. But anyways, he goes into this thing. 1,000 arrows does not kill at this range, so I just go into Registeel. Maybe he's going to get some damage off with Woodhammer. And yeah, I could just go into Lopunny here. He's in Fake Out range, I believe. Well, it's like 20 to like 25, so like he could have lived that, but it was heavily in my favor. So that's all good and dandy. He goes onto this thing, kind of confirming he's Scarfed, but like he wouldn't go on to Avalugg, so I didn't really think he was Scarf at this point of the match. He goes for Psychic, that bounces off my dick. Oh, sorry, not dick. Sorry, YouTube. I go for HP Ice here. Kind of a misplay. It cost me a differential point, but I didn't. In the heat of the moment, I didn't think Psychic would do more, but it actually does do more. But that really sucks. It cost me a bunch of differential. Or not a bunch. It cost me 1 differential, as Reuniclus was gonna die afterwards anyways. Or I had to sack him on. I don't know. Anyways, he dies to Fake Out here, but he makes the play onto Avalugg. Doesn't help. Doesn't save him at all, as I could just go for High Jump Kick here. If I miss High Jump Kick, in theory, if I miss High Jump Kick, I click E-Speed. I don't know if E-Speed kills at this range with Zygarde, but if he had Ice Shard, it was game. Pretty much, it was game. If I missed high jump kick on, I would have lost. So thankfully, I didn't miss, and I could just sack Lopunny, kind of scouting if he scarfed, which he is, and I just click E-Speed with Zygarde. So that's game. I win 1-0, so I come back from last week. So now I'm 3-1, second in my division. If Juice loses and I win one, I'll be at the top of my division, considering I have higher differential. But anyways, make sure you guys go subscribe to Techno. His link is down in the description below. He's a great battler. And like, comment, subscribe, and that's been it. Peace.